Oh my goodness. Good morning. We are live and online for another exciting edition of the Coffee Chat Show. All right, we'll wait for people to catch up with the fact that we are live and online, and then I will jump right into this morning's conversation. Hello, Tracy. How is everybody this morning? It is still cold here, even though it is now April. It's still a bit chilly here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. Good morning, everybody. Let everybody roll in here. Good morning. Welcome to today's edition of the Coffee Chat Show. Good morning, Nella, Armina, Chris. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Erica, hey, good morning. Debbie, good morning. All right, here comes our people. Sandra, hello. Hi, everybody. All right, so this morning, good morning, Dodie. Oh, it's snowing in Wisconsin. It snowed here last night a little bit. Good morning, Leslie, Dodie, everybody. All right, we're going to start the audio. Welcome into our audio folks who might be listening to this. Well, actually, they will be listening to it later because the audio is recorded live and then posted right afterwards. Good morning, Heather. So I was just talking to Tracy and she was asking me what I was going to talk about this morning, and I'm going to share with you guys what not to do. Good morning, Heather. Andrea, good morning. So this morning I am a poster child for what not to do as it relates to boundaries and taking care of yourself and putting your priorities first. I have failed miserably. So yesterday there was some stuff going on with clients and I didn't set good enough boundaries for kind of jumping into emotional stuff with them, helping navigate. And I ended up giving way too much of myself. I ended up draining my own energy. I ended up with a headache. I ended up leaving my desk a mess. I woke up this morning like drained and feeling shitty, and at 6:30 I wasn't going to do coffee chat because I didn't have anything that I felt like I could share with you. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it. And then I was talking to myself in my own head and I thought, how far will I let, chaos take me? How far will I give in? Because yesterday, as I said, I didn't really complete my day in a strong way. I left my desk a disaster, which I don't do. I didn't do my exercise yesterday. I didn't do my yoga. I didn't eat enough. I failed. I failed on all the levels. I failed miserably, and I don't feel good today, and I'm tired, and I am aggravated with myself. So I just thought, well, I'll get on here and just tell you guys the truth, right? Because that's what I do. I'm authentic, and I tell you how it really is and how it works, and I tell you what I see, and I give you my insight, and lots of times that helps people. So here we are. It all started with taking a phone call during the time in the morning that I set aside for myself to kind of set myself up for the day, like I encourage you guys to do, that habit of just taking that quiet time. For me, it's a combination of prayer time and affirmations and journal and all that. And I answered a phone call, and it all went downhill from there. I answered a phone call that then made me late, that then enabled me, then I wasn't able to eat before I went to a 9:30 appointment, which lasted until like 11:30. And while I was at the appointment, the client stuff started with all the stuff, and I just rolled right into it. I just jumped right in. And so I didn't set clear boundaries. We've been talking a lot the last few weeks about boundaries, about habits, about how you've got to protect your energy and protect your peace, and how if you want your life to go from here to there, you really have to hold yourself to a set of new habits and new behaviors. And so I've been working that along with you as I've been teaching it to you every Saturday morning. I've been working it myself. I've been working with, my plan for 3-6 months, manifestation plan, affirmations, all the stuff that I'm encouraging you guys to do. The blueprint, for your life. Erica's saying, don't take time away from your time for you. We need you on Saturdays. That's exactly why I'm here, Erica, because I thought, you know what? That's what I do. That's what I love. I love to give back and to teach and to coach. Someday I hope that my whole business is just teaching and coaching. I spoke to a college class this week and that was really fun. That's what I really, in my perfect world, that's what I do for a living. I only coach, teach, and write. That's mostly what I do now. I'm a business consultant, but as that, I have to do a lot of other, corporate business type things. Anyway, so here I am. I feel a mess. I feel like a hot mess this morning. I don't have a lot of energy. I feel like I failed myself. I feel like I just failed. We're going away tomorrow for a couple of days. It's actually a work trip, but my husband's going with me. We're driving. I had planned to have my desk all set and all the monthly bills, paid and everything in order and already be partially packed, and none of that happened. Everything is a mess. No laundry is done yet. My desk is a mess. I have to finish paying the bills for the month. And I have an appointment I have to leave here, and I have an appointment at 10 o'clock that will take a couple of hours and whatever. So what I want to report is that it's not worth it. Good morning, Lynn Marie, Tiffany. Good morning, everybody. Susan, it isn't worth it for us. I think especially, this is true for men and women, but especially as women, I think it's true for us that we really have to, keep those boundaries in. And I realized that I kept saying to myself, what caused me to answer that call and then jump into those text messages that went on for 12 hours. And somehow I have fooled myself into thinking I can save these people or I can fix these people. And therein lies the difficulty, right? Because some things are just not for us to fix. And some situations are not for us to solve. And these particular situations are not mine to fix. And when you're an empath and you care about people, you are giving yourself to people. In every conversation, you're giving something of yourself. Even in a texting string, you're still giving of yourself. As I've gotten older, and I'll be 54 in August, as I've gotten older, I'm really understanding the requirement to protect my own peace and to really be vigilant about that. So for me, it's the food. I have a really strict diet that I have to follow because I have a lot of food sensitivity. So it's making sure that I eat and drinking water and exercise every day, and then have that time for myself in the morning to set up the day. And then I have, we were talking last week about the effectiveness list. I have a particular list of things that when I do them every day, I feel like I'm on point. And I've been really good. I've been hitting 10 out of 10. And yesterday I hit 8. And 2 of them were done at the last minute just so I could hit an 8. Because I promised Tracy and Rodney that I'll hit at least 8 every day. They're kind of my accountability partners in that daily effectiveness game. So it wasn't whatever I think I might have given to help whatever I was trying to help yesterday. It wasn't worth the hit that I took. That's what I'm here to report. It wasn't worth the hit that I took. And it almost caused me not to do what I love to do, which is to do this show every Saturday morning, because I almost let it get the better of me, Nancy Smith says, you don't have to attend every situation you're invited to. Thank you. It's an excellent reminder, Nancy. I am going to keep that first and foremost in my mind, because the chaos that I was navigating yesterday is not over, and it will probably go on for a while longer. So I'm going to have to get really good and succinct with my boundaries about what I will, do and what I won't do. Yeah, it's not worth the hit. My son had a similar situation this week, where last weekend, he didn't keep one of his own boundaries in, and he took a hit too, and it threw him off for the whole week. So here's the thing: the more you start to study success principles and understand the law of attraction and all these things about manifesting and living the life and creating the life that you want, the harder. Laura, hey, how are you? I see Laura there. The harder the hit that you take, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. The higher you go in your own personal practice, the bigger the hit when you vary from that practice. That's what I know, that's what I continue to learn, and that's what I'm experiencing right now today. Because the hit that I took from not keeping my lines in tight, was significant. Hey, Jude Page Barry. Good morning, Jude. Good morning, Pamela. So it's not worth it for you to blur your boundaries. And it's not worth it, not only you, me, us, it's not worth it to blur those boundaries. It's not worth it to allow people to cross lines that we shouldn't let them cross. It's not worth it for us to not authentically hold ourselves to what we know works. And that's what I'm learning more and more. The older you get, the more you understand the value of boundaries. Erica's saying she feels like that when she's late dropping her daughter off, or she's late to a client. It's like a domino effect. That's how it was for me yesterday. It was like I picked up that phone call, then I didn't get to eat, then I was late for my 9:30, then I answered all those texts while I was and then it just went on from there. And I never caught my bearings. And that's how I felt all day, all day. Tiffany says it's all old stuff, going back to releasing our own ego. So I never caught my bearings. And then, I never caught up. And then every phone call, was an aggravation, because I wasn't coming from a place of peace. So, everything suffered all day long. And that was my fault for picking up that first call during a time where I don't pick up calls. So lesson learned. So that's what I want to share with you this morning is, Crystal says yesterday was a rough day for her too, one thing after the other. Somebody told me it's a new moon, so maybe that was part of it too. Hi, Hilda. Hi, Vanessa. So figure out, what your self-care looks like, what that needs to be for you. And then, create boundaries around that, and then hold them tight, because it's really not worth it when you don't. It, like everyone's saying, everyone's commenting, like it upsets the whole rest of your day. When we blur a boundary and we allow something in that, shouldn't be there, then it's like somebody just said, is like a domino effect. Erica says, I need a no day instead of a yes day. Yes, I do. But it's like a domino effect. It's like when you mess up that one thing, that is part of your self-care routine, and it falls, then everything else falls and the whole rest of your day suffers. And as I said, I'm the poster child for this, because that's what happened yesterday. I failed miserably. Or you could say I had a grand learning experience. We'll call it that. So my counsel this morning is, Crystal says she skipped self-care all week. People are recommending the book called The 4 Agreements. And Laura's saying that's been her whole week this week. So it sounds like a lot of you might be in the same boat as I am. I've been pretty strict with like steps and saying I'm just going to get in 7,000 steps a day, and giving myself like one off day. So yesterday was the off day. Usually Saturday is the off day, but in order to kind of keep my agreement with myself, you know, Kirsten says there's a new moon in Aries, and Deb says this is a confirmation for a boundary she had to set yesterday. Oh, all right. We've got Stevie saying she skipped her self-care all week. Okay, guys, so I'm not I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And Tiffany's reminding us that today is a new day, and Angie's saying this is my life in a nutshell. All right, so I'm not alone in skipping my self-care. I am the poster child for failure this morning, for self-care and boundary fail. And I am also the stand that, you know, we can recreate it, and we can set those boundaries, and we can take care of ourselves, you know. You've got one body, you guys, here on this particular planet at this particular time. You have one body, and as you get older, I don't know, somebody on here said they were 64. Some of you are saying you're in your 40s. I'll be 54 this year. The time, whatever time you have to take during the day to take care of your body, to exercise and eat right and drink water, like this is, I'm seeing people now that are in their 70s and 60s, late 60s, 70s, and 80s that did not do self-care and did not take care of themselves. And, you know, the time that it takes them to take the medicine, go to the doctor's appointment, like all that takes up a lot of their life. So they're not getting to choose their hard. Somebody once told me, a coach that I had, a trainer, a personal trainer actually, and I use this with my own coaching clients. Choose your hard. So you're either going to choose your hard, as in you're going to discipline yourself every day to exercise, eat right, drink water, set the boundaries, do what you need to do, or life is going to choose your hard for you, giving you some, you know, seeming medical condition or problem or chronic seeming illness or whatever, because all that's hard too. So you get to choose your hard. I'd rather choose my hard. I would rather suffer for the things that I pick, as in forcing myself to take, you know, X amount of steps a day, or forcing myself to eat in a particular way because that's what really works for me, like that. So choose your hard, or else it will choose you, and then you don't get to pick, right? You don't get to pick. So, all that being said, I would encourage us all, it seems like a lot of us have been the self-care fail over the last week or so. Or we could say self-care learning experience of what not to do. So I would encourage all of us to use today as a reset, and take a breath. And really take care of yourselves this week. Really do what works for you. Really set up the things and boundaries and draw the lines that work best for you. And it's okay if other people don't like that. You're not responsible for what other people think about you. You're also not responsible for how other people feel about you. You're responsible to authentically serve and take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. We say that a lot. You've got to be able to put in the boundaries so that you can do what you need to do for yourself. So that's my counsel. I'm going to take my own counsel. I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean up my desk today. I'm going to catch my bearings. I'm going to pack for our trip tomorrow. And I am going to make sure I hold in my lines. Erica's reminding us that self-care is not selfish. Yeah, self-care is essential. It's vital. So if you don't take care of yourself, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off there, and I hope you have a great week. Take good care of yourselves. You are the only self that you have in this lifetime, so take care of it. All right, I will see you next week, and I will be striving to report that it was a much better week. Okay, you can visit us at revealingleaders.com and find all kinds of free downloadables and past coffee chats and links to the audio and all of that. All right, so take care for yourself and have a great weekend. And I will see you soon. We'll say goodbye to our podcast folks. We'll see you guys next week.